Good evening, good morning, or good night, however the fuck you want to call it. But this is another episode of Kid Houston Podcast. And on this episode, I have not the one and not the only, but I have the Trap Gang in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
We have the Trap Gang in the building. Oh, there we go. I couldn't even hear myself. And there we go. Sorry if everything got mixed up there. So we have Angie, the trap queen herself, a.k.a. the next Griselda Blanca herself, taking over the Michelada game. And then we got the one and only Kelso, the plug, a.k.a. we call him the next Pablo Escobar. There you go. Okay. There you go.
Those some strong characters right there to identify us with.
Shit, that's how you got to do it, man. You got to think big, think hard. But yeah, man. So on this episode, I've been trying to get y'all on the show for a long ass minute. On our old one too, the South Side. Are you trying to fix that again?
Yeah, I'm trying to like.
Nah, you're good. You're good.
There we go.
All right.
Nice and tight.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what he said.
Where was it? On the, was it The Simpsons? Oh, guy. That one guy? Yeah. So, like I said, I've been trying to get y'all on for a minute, even on the Southside Smoke Out podcast, my previous one. Well, for some of the guests many of my people, many of my homies and homies that are watching, if y'all don't know, well, now y'all know. She's taken over the Houston Michelada game by storm. I also see she's taking over Texas by storm as well.
Yes.
I see y'all going to San Antonio. Where else have y'all been going?
We have done deliveries to Austin, to San Marcos, and then that's just us like delivering it. And then we've shipped nationwide, like to Utah and Montana, like places where you don't think there's raza, or not even just raza, but just people who are into or have ever heard of a michelada.
Damn, that's crazy.
It is.
And then I know you over there, Mr. Michelada on wheels too, man.
Yeah, everywhere. Wherever they need it, I'll be heading over there.
That's why it's a trap game, and you're the plug.
Yes.
You gotta call the trap queen, and then she sends the plug on the way.
Yeah, he usually does most of the deliveries. That's why I call him the plug. On his business card, like I made business cards for him and the other guys. Like they're called the plug.
That's smart though. Like I was thinking about it too the other day. I was just like, I just barely caught it. Trap sauce, trap queen, the plug. I get it. I got it. I was slow. Like a year and a half later, I finally connected to. It's crazy. But on this episode, I know you had asked me what we're going to be doing. I was like, on mine, we just sit here, we bullshit, we talk. And if you do have a business or anything you do, I'm always curious to ask and find out. I do know who you are. I do know y'all's product. I did try it before I got sick. And it is one of the best michelada mixes that I've had. I remember when I first tried it, it was at All Team Bash. And y'all had that purple chamoy.
Oh, it was the green one.
Yeah, the green one.
Yeah.
I remember, and I was like,
a pickle chamoy.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't know why I just like pickles, but I think that was like I don't know. I haven't tried any of your other chamoys or anything like that. But
I should have brought some.
But that right there was like to me that was what caught me was that different color.
Yeah, it was different. And you know what's funny about it is that wasn't even ours.
Yeah, I remember you told me.
It was actually a girl from San Antonio. So I host a candy competition, like a chamoy competition.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
That was our first year, and I had a girl come from San Antonio. Shout out to Chella's Chamoy. And she has like different flavors, different color chamoy. And in San Antonio, they're big on that. So in Houston, now the market is pretty saturated. Everybody's baby mamas is making chamoys and micheladas and candy.
Exactly.
Anyways, but no shade. Like that's the reason why I decided to do the candy competition is because it's like tajin and other like Pulparindo, the big brand, or like Jaritos or Modelo, like they're starting to catch on what these small businesses are doing. So now Modelo has their own michelada. They have a chamoy flavor, or some beer has like a chamoy flavored beer.
Oh, I tried it once. I know that one.
is trying to do dulce enchilados now.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so I saw she was one of the winners, and she had a pickle one. That pickle one was so good, and I was like, man, this is different, and nobody does that in Houston. So I bought a gallon from her, and yeah, also I was serving it up at All Team Bash.
I remember, and I was like, man, I told my wife, I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I've been wanting to try it, and then I remember the carne seca, the beef jerky y'all had.
That's Kelso, yeah.
That shit was good. That shit was spicy.
Kelso's meats.
Kelso's meats. Okay, so since we're talking about meats. And me and Kelso were talking about this earlier. To clear up what I was talking to you about on the live feed about the rimming. Okay,
whoa,
oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Let me hear this.
No. To clear up, because we're talking about putting chamoy on the rim.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, on your energy drink that you're drinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you need to put a chamoy on the rim.
Yeah.
Yeah, and y'all were like, what are y'all talking about? I was like, no, it doesn't.
See, I'm already thinking like that.
I was like, no. I was like,
about a rim job.
I was like, I get you. I completely get you. I would think the same way. When I put it out, I was like,
I'm childish.
No, once I finished and I hit send, I was like, I hope they don't take it the wrong way. I hope not. I was like, I hope. But that's funny.
But actually, that's not a bad idea. I think I was drinking a Celsius.
Yeah,
that would be a bad idea.
No, I actually did it. Because I'm not supposed to drink carbonated stuff, but I tried to drink a little bit at a time. Yeah. And I had that I Love Chamoy, the one from that girl. Yeah. And I was like, let me try. And because I had got the Sandia one, so I put it on there. And it was actually pretty good. I am not going to lie. It was actually pretty good. It is a little, like I said, my spice levels kind of aren't what they used to be. Because I quit eating a lot of spicy foods and stuff like that. So I know, man, it sucks because I'm like, I want your michelada mix, and I'm like,
we're rebranding. Like you would think rebranding is like you come up with something new and then boom, you launch it. But this has been taking a lot of time. So I recently found out I have some health issues and I need to stay away from gluten products and this and no acidity. And I was like, they're like, no tortillas, no rice, no this, no that. And I was like, basically like explained everything that I eat, like no citrus, no lime, no hot sauce. And I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So now I want to make products that are gluten-free. Some of my products, it is what it is. And all of them are made with fresh fruits and stuff. Like I don't use preservatives or like dyes and stuff like that. But
I can actually what's the word?
Vouch.
Yeah, thank you. I can actually vouch for them. I can actually vouch. And I know of quite a few people who can vouch too.
There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to be more health conscious with the products that I serve because in the Mexican community, there's always like sweets and chiles and sugars and, red dye 40. And so, and like I Love Chamoy, she's doing something for the diabetic community.
Yeah.
Her dad's diabetic. Shout out to her. Like that's goals right there. Like, man, that's goals right there.
That is goals.
She's an HEB. That's what I'm aspiring to be with my products. And so, yeah, I definitely am pushing to be more health conscious and putting the ingredients on my products so that people can, if they do have a health issue, at least they can see what they're consuming.
Oh, yeah.
Because some people are like, they try to hide their ingredients. Like, this is a secret recipe, top secret. But it's like, that's cool and all, but you're only limiting yourself to a certain audience.
Yeah, I know. And it definitely sucks too because there's some products from other vendors and I'm like, what's in it? And they're like, we can't tell. Yeah, and I'm like, if it has kiwi, because I'm allergic to kiwi. So I'm like, if it has kiwi, I can't do nothing with kiwi. So they're like,
what happened to you?
From the last time, this happened to me when I was a kid. So ever since then, I never did it again. My throat swells up and my tongue swells up too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's bad.
That was, like I said, that happened. Like I said, I used to eat kiwi a lot as a kid. And then one day when I ate it, that happened to me. And I had to go to the nurse's office and all that. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Never again. No more kiwi.
Damn.
No more hairy, bally fruits. I know it's funny because, like, and then my wife is allergic to all seafood. all seafood. So like no crawfish, no nothing. And I mean, I like seafood. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love seafood as much as the next person. But I've learned how to like, not eat it as much. And my wife's like, I don't care if you want to eat it. She goes, she'll put gloves on or whatever. But it doesn't matter. She'll still do it. I mean, other than that, to get back on course, we steered off. But
it'd be like that.
Yeah, no, that's the beauty of this podcast. We'll be talking about random stuff. So what other? I don't want to say. Well, goals, but yes. What other? Here he goes. What other milestones do you have for Trap Sauce and for yourselves?
That I want to accomplish or that I've already accomplished?
No, that y'all want to accomplish. Like these are like other than goals, these are milestones that y'all want to accomplish.
Definitely distribution. I definitely want to put my products into stores. We are in like local bars and food trucks and restaurants, but to hit the stores like Total Wines and Walmart and big brand, big companies.
Yeah, big name brands.
That's definitely something that I'm working towards. And then, because, Trap Sauce I look at it as like a tree. Like, it has so many different branches.
It can. Especially like the way how y'all labeled it as Trap Sauce. Y'all can make it.
There's so much that we want to do. Stuff that I haven't even put out there yet just because I'm just like, I'm guarding it, I got to protect it. But there's certain things like, for example, the distribution that I'm working so hard for that. And, Kelso here, everything has an intention. Everything has a reason, like he's here. That's my boy. He's been with me since we first started Trap Sauce. And from the very beginning, he told me what his goals were in life. I told him what mine were. And somehow, how can we intercept that and align it? So if you want to tell them what your goals are and how it...
Yeah, by the time you could,
No, we were talking about...
The shine light.
Telling her I want to get my CDL because I like driving. Like, I'm adventurous. I want to go all over the state. So what better way to take a cooler filled with michelada mixes? As I'm driving, I see a store. I see somewhere that I could go and present it and be like, let me pull over real quick.
See, he said a cooler. I'm over here thinking like the whole cargo, like pallets.
Oh, shit, that too.
Shit.
Let me go out and give samples, and then the way back, I could get you a pallet.
Honestly, I
could get you a whole.
I think y'all would. I don't. Well, because I used to work in the oil and gas industry, so I worked in the refineries, a lot. A few years ago, before I got sick, I used to work in Odessa. I would work in Odessa and like Louisiana. I would travel back and forth, and I know them motherfuckers out there. They drink. Yeah. They drink. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I was working nights and I was working at a sand mine. Man, there were these guys that we would get off at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning, and there they already at the store buying 30 packs of beer.
Yep.
I was like, bro. I can just
breakfast.
I'm just trying to eat and go to bed. Like, I'm not trying to drink.
That's their sleepy medicine.
Nah, they say I work hard, I'm finna play hard.
Man, for real, it was a dude named this white guy named David. Man, this dude would kill at least kill half the box.
Damn.
And go to wake up later on that day like nothing, no crudo, no nothing. I'm like, forget that. I'm like, not me. So, what inspired you to come up with the name, but also what made you choose? Well, not made you choose, but what made you fall in love with the micheladas? Well, both of you.
So the michelada things were working. COVID happened. We got laid off, and then we're like chiefing it up, and we're in the garage.
The trap house.
In the trap house, yeah. And then I was telling her, like, hey, so what are we going to do now?
Yeah, we lost our jobs. I was his boss then. We lost our jobs. We're like, damn, what we finna do now?
Yeah, what we finna do now? And then I told her, I was like, what's your passion? What do you like doing? She's like, man, I love micheladas. And then I was trapping, and then I was telling her, I was like, well, let's come up with you have the best experience with, the palate, the flavor, and that. You come up with it. We're chiefing, and then we're like, how about Trap Sauce?
That's why I say every good idea comes from weed.
Yeah.
And it did. We were there just
Tell me how many times have you heard of a good idea of somebody coming up to you off of crack, off of fucking heroin, anything.
Damn,
Any fucking...
God damn, you went there.
No, I'm just saying, like, you name anybody who come up with a plan, like an actual, like, legit plan.
It ain't a legal plan.
But yeah, or on the planet plan.
Yeah, for real.
No, the first time I had a michelada, I was 18, and I didn't like beer, and I was with friends that they were able to drink. I wasn't able to drink, so
HPD, hello, HPD, underage drinking. No, man.
So this guy, he came, and he was our server, and he brought this like bowl, like the margarita bowls, and it was bright red and had like a cucumber and a beer sticking out of it. I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. Like, this is before like chamoy and tajin were even a thing. This was back in 2011, 2010.
Well, not that they weren't a thing. They weren't trendy.
Yeah.
They were trendy within us, but then the world.
It wasn't out.
Yeah.
And then social media too wasn't, as big then either. I mean, it was just Facebook and so anyway, so I had tried it. I had got like a straw and I like tried it and I was like, ooh, this is good. Like, I can actually drink beer if it's like this. So every party, every get together, I was the girl with the bag of limes and some hot sauce and a bunch of ingredients, and I'd just be mixing it up and concocting my own recipe like everywhere just so I could drink beer because I didn't like to drink it by myself. And back then I used to drink Budweiser. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about Budweiser, but now I'm like, ugh, that's so nasty.
Well, like I said, even before I stopped drinking, I mean, my go-to beer was more of a. Really, it was either Coors, Banquet,
like light beers.
Yeah, like light beers.
Yeah. Now I stick to light beers because that bloating, it ain't it. But yeah, really. But yeah, so I've tried micheladas everywhere, like different regions of Mexico, different regions of the States, and everybody makes them pretty different, But I went up north, so I'm originally from Illinois, small town, in the cornfields. And there's only one restaurant, one seafood restaurant, and they had micheladas there, and it was just all tomato, like all clamato and a beer and like one little drop of Tabasco. And I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I was like, oh my God. I was disappointed. But up north, that's what they drink is the clamato, the tomato.
Oh, yeah.
And down south, we like it spicy. We like that citrus. We like that spice. And anyway, so I've always loved micheladas. And then it wasn't until COVID happened and I lost my job. There was no work for us. We worked at a family entertainment center where they have like go-karts and laser tag, mini golf. So, once they shut everything down, told everybody to stay home, people are just drinking. So at the time I was going through a separation. Like I had just had a baby. I had just bought a new truck for my baby. And then on top of that, I just got married and I'm already going through a separation. So shit was hard, like really, really hard. And so no money was coming in. The mortgage was still like, I still had to pay it. I still had to pay my car note. So we started trapping and it helped for a while. But instead of using I was learning from it. I was learning from the whole experience. And I was like, and people are just sitting at home, like drinking and smoking weed. Like, what can we do to help solve people's problems? Because that's the whole point of a business. Is like, what can you do to solve? People are looking for answers. They're consuming, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What can you do to solve their problems? So I was like, well, let me let drinking not be so boring. Let me make it fun for them. So I created a product. I was like, instead of us pushing something illegal, let's trap, but a legal way. So I came up with a few different recipes, and he talked me into it, and me, him, and a bunch of our other friends, like, I'm just, like, sampling, like, hey, try this. What do you think? Should I add more of this, more of that? And then it was, like, word of mouth. I just blasted it on social media. I hyped it up for months, from, like, February or March, once they shut everything down. It wasn't until July of 2020 when I launched it. And I was just hyping it up, like, every day. Hey, get your orders in. I'm going to deliver. And so we did a delivery service the first day, man. We made like a lot of sauce. And They pay in advance. We drop it off at their front door. No contact. You know, like they don't got to worry about the Rona or anything. And they pour up, they drink, and they have fun. And it's a different experience. So.
Yeah, because I remember when I first got it from y'all, when I ordered from y'all, and Kelso rolled up.
Oh, you delivered to him? Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. That was in Pasadena, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, like
okay.
just down the way. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, because this is the new spot. Like I told him, I was like,
Okay.
yeah, because he was like, I pulled up, I didn't recognize
That was a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute because I've been knowing y'all for a minute too.
Yeah.
I've been knowing y'all before basically the weed community blew up.
Yeah.
Because it was all Team Bash when I think that's when I first like saw y'all in person. But I think I saw y'all. I think what it was, social media. I think you just popped up, and I don't know. We follow a bunch of people, and you know that, like you said, word of mouth
and
networking.
Yeah.
And then you, Kelso.
What about me? What about me?
What? Got to tell the story of Kelso, the plug.
No, it was pretty much that. Like trying to get my life together. Got there, started working at Speedies, started making some money, trapping so I could get my CDL. And that's when COVID happened, so it put me on hold like big time.
No, Ghost.
Yeah, and then that's when I met her. We're like just
Pretty much,
brainstorming.
yeah.
Brainstorming.
So
Yeah.
what? So do you have any idea for like little? Not I don't say little, because like Angie said, you know, y'all can venture out, you know, to other stuff because of the name. Have you came up with any ideas, or you can't say anything yet because of trap laws? Because the trap laws.
Well, the beef jerky, I came like because I love beef jerky.
Oh wait.
And then the ones that you get from the store, they don't got that flavor. So started like stirring it up at the crib, you know, the trap house. I was like experimenting, and what's unique about mine is that flavor. That once you get that bite, it doesn't like go right away. It'll stick in your palate.
It'll stick in your mouth.
His meat.
His meat will be stuck in your mouth and one or more in your palate. But like, do y'all have any other little small venture ideas?
I mean, what's really that, I mean, he's been with me since the very beginning, and we have a team. Like, we've grown a team, and everybody plays a huge role on what we can do to better. It's not just for me. Like, this is bigger than me. This brand is going to be.
It's no longer just a brand. It's the brand now.
The brand. I like that. We have talked about him getting his CDL, so running a whole logistics and him going to school for that. I mean, all of this takes time. It's not something that happens overnight, and I'm not trying to rush this either. Like, I'm here to enjoy the journey, not so much like I'm here to meet that goal. Like, I'm just here to enjoy the journey on the way to that. And then once I reach that, it's gonna be I can't stop. Like, I really can't stop. It's always something, but definitely the distribution, the logistics. And with the food truck, like I have the trailer now, so that's something that's different and really unexpected. But I have the food truck, which he works that majority of the time. He's at the window, so if you ever pull up on us, it's usually him who's working it or my other guy. And the food truck was just to have our products, but like different ways you can make snacks using our products. So like fruit cups, like your basic hood rat snacks.
Hood rat snacks.
Just a little elevated, you know what I'm saying? Like
the trap sauce to elevate that hood rat snack.
Right. One of my good friends, he was like, you know, you're like, you have a lot of nostalgic snacks. I'm like, hood rat snacks. Like, it's hood rat snacks, okay? Like, I used to walk to Stop and Go back in the day and go get a pickle, put some Kool-Aid powder, and make my own little concoction. And whatever.
Remember the Kool-Aid cups?
Yeah, so I want to do that. I want the cool. Is that what you call them, Kool-Aid cups?
Yeah.
I call them cool cups.
Well, either way.
Everybody has like a different like.
Well, I mean, it was either Kool-Aid cups or the cool cups. It just depends. I guess where you live.
Want to do that.
Where you live. I mean, but I've heard both terms. Huh?
I used to get those in Mexico.
Man, me and my wife, we talk about that all the time. We're like, man, we were being kids, and then at the apartment, that one lady that always had,
Open up the ice chest.
Yeah.
Let me get blue, red.
También, let me get the pickles, the hot Cheetos. You remember she had them all, man, everywhere.
So that's what I want to do. I want my.
You want to be the.
I want to be the snack lady.
You want to be the new snack lady. The trap lady.
Like some of it obviously is like not healthy, but for the most part, like our products, it's good to know that you're consuming a healthy product. But like when you mix it with hot Cheetos, you know what you're doing at this point.
We're bringing the nostalgic, but you're the one who's bringing in everything else.
Right? Hey, I'm just here to make different recipes and show you guys different ways. Like you don't have to just use the michelada mix for a beer. You don't have to just use chamoy for the rim of your cup. Like you can, every cup does deserve a good.
That was my turn. That was my turn to give y'all that look. Like, huh?
Every cup deserves a good rim job, but you can use it. It's very versatile. Like you said you can't have carbonated stuff.
Yeah.
So you can definitely mix it with the agua fresca and call it a miche agua.
Yeah, no, I mean I've tried it like that too. I mean I've tried agua fresca con michelada también. I tried it because I tried it with the squirt with they're at All Team Bash because since y'all can't serve alcohol there. Yeah. So I had it with squirt. It was pretty. I mean, it was good too. It was the first time I had it like that, but it was really really good. Do y'all have any idea like any other alcohol? Do y'all have an alcohol product that maybe y'all are looking into making? Like maybe like margaritas or daiquiris or some sorts?
He actually does trap juice. It's like another it's just another product of ours, but he does the meat, the carne seca beef jerky, and then he does trap juice, and he started off making it with like Kool-Aid stuff, but now he's starting to do like agua frescas, but he's also playing around spiking them too, so
infusing them in a way.
Oh yeah. I get you. Infused. But yeah, man, that's pretty cool though, man.
An elevated experience.
There you go, the elevated experience.
Come up with some ideas.
Oh yeah, man, come and get elevated with the trap sauce. But I'm gonna say something. So I don't know. I know y'all were talking about something. You and I can't think of it. I blanked out. But shoot. So this year, is it this year coming up? Y'all have the candy competition?
Yeah, it just passed.
Oh, it just that's right. That just passed.
We'll do another one next year.
Okay. Have y'all heard of that grito contest?
No, but man, I had said I've been wanting to do a grito challenge since like 2015. I used to do a YouTube channel, like a family channel, and I was like, man, I want to do like a grito challenge with all my family, and now it's like it's a thing. I should have trademarked that.
Well, a long time ago, like I used to work in the refineries back in the day, and I remember I was in Baytown, and they have the grito festival.
Really?
But I don't know if it's still a thing though.
Oh, let me go.
But yeah, like it's a grito, but it's a big festival. People, of course,
in Baytown.
Yeah, it's in Baytown.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, called the grito. I don't know if they still do it. Like I said, it's been years, but I don't know. But I know like one of the dudes that I worked with, he had posted like the new, like it was the shirts at the time, and it was Zapata, and it was like the whatever grito. I was like, damn, because I mean it's cool because gritos are within my family because I come from a family. My dad and my
Mexican?
brother. Yes,
oh.
I'm actually Mexican and German because the German part's on my mom's side, but my dad's family is actually from Cerritos. And my mom's family actually from Corpus. But my dad actually grew up listening to like a lot of mariachi music. So I already know all the...
So yeah, that's just in your DNA.
Yeah, it is in my DNA.
He'd be talking, he's like,
hi, go over there. But yeah, no, man. I mean, my dad sang with chingo the mariachi groups here. He met Chente way back in the day.
At his prime?
Very prime. It was, because there's a picture with me and him. Because I was a big kid. I was a big fat ass kid. I was born in 86, so that was 87. So I was like maybe like a few months old, and I was like, that was huge. He was like, but yeah, no. That's pretty cool. I know I had asked my brother to let me know about another mariachi thing going that was going to happen, because I was going to let y'all know. Because I had told him. Because, people with mariachis, they drink. So I don't know if they've heard about y'all yet, but I know I've talked to him about y'all. He don't drink. He's like Mr. Clean. Not Holy Savior, but it's Mr. Clean. But man,
bald too?
Huh?
Is he bald too?
No, he's not bald.
Like Mr. Clean,
Oh no. Oh no. I mean like he's being Mr. Clean, as in like nothing. No, he ain't bald. I got a brother who's partly bald. Sorry if y'all hear noise in the background. It's my kids.
He's doing the grito challenge.
The free grito challenge. He's getting ready.
Practicing.
We're practicing. So I don't like to bring up politics. Well, I don't mind bringing up politics, but since y'all are in that realm, have y'all seen a decrease in like Bud Light or anything like that? Any Bud Light products?
No, I've actually been seeing a lot more Bud Light activities. Like you seen the new video with Tekashi 6ix9ine and Grupo Firme? They have a song together.
Yeah.
They did a promo video. They did a promo video.
No, I know Bad Bunny and Grupo Firme. No, that's Grupo Frontera.
Yeah.
I don't know about Tekashi.
Yeah, that's some Bud Light activities right there. But no, I mean I don't know, because we don't serve alcohol. So we work with bars,
okay.
So that they go to the bar. So I really don't know. Like they just buy our set. We do the setups and then have a good day.
So I take it then y'all don't buy Bud Light?
Nah. I personally don't. My go-to beer is like a Michelob Ultra or a Miller. But if I'm feeling fancy, I'll drink a Pacifico.
Ooh. And you?
Dos Equis.
He's like, and if I feel fancy, a Stella or whatever they're called. Man, those are nasty. Have y'all tried one?
Probably. I don't know.
I tried one a long time ago. I was like, man, you know what? I want to be bougie. Let me try one. I drink. I was like,
no,
not for me.
No.
Jarritos came out.
We've been trying to get them.
I just seen it. I seen it on that dude from San Antonio that he was trying. He's like some influencer.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He had that chongo thing on top of his head. I think
something bootleg review or
something like that. Yeah, I seen them.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I seen that. I was like,
I need to send him some products.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah. So, are y'all gonna be doing any more? I know y'all are always at the cannabis communities. How does that go for y'all there?
It's actually really good because people who don't smoke but they're just there to like see the vibes or to experience it, like they'll buy our products and we'll spike it with
infused.
I don't want to incriminate myself, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, no.
We have somebody who is TABC certified.
There you go.
Serving the alcohol and people who don't want to smoke or they don't want to like consume all that, they'll pick up a beer or whatever. Or if they're high and they have the munchies, we will definitely take care of that for them.
They devour that shit.
Yeah, like our mangonadas, like they be getting cotton mouth. So the mangonadas, they're just like, or we got plenty of beverages. So.
I know, man. Like, I don't know what it is about mangonadas when you're high and I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is. I can drink water. I can eat gummy bears and nothing. Give me one of those and I'm freaking great. I'm good. I've been actually wrapping the mangonada pops and the fruit roll-ups.
Oh, me too. Actually,
you've been experimenting a lot with the fruit roll-ups.
Yes.
I did that, and then I did it with the dulce chamoy. Not just dulce chamoy, the dulce tajin.
Okay.
Because I got that when I was in Matamoros. And then I did the I Love Chamoy inside of it, and then I put it in the refrigerator. I was like,
dude, and then it gets crunchy.
I was eating that thing. I was eating that for like the whole week, and then forget it. I was all stomach was all gurgling for like the next few days. So before we get into crazier stuff, before we transition, What is one? Well, from both of y'all, what is one thing you should? One thing that you want to tell either your followers, your customers, or somebody who's in a rut or who is nervous on making that first step in either starting your own business, trying to promote, something in that aspect. Is there anything, word of advice? Because, like I said, you said you've been hyping it up for so long, and honestly, to me, I'm not trying to blow up anybody's, I tell the truth. To me, once I know someone, like know a product, I start seeing it everywhere. So to me, at the end of the day, to me, that is like me telling you that is like trying to think of the right word because I'm also high. But to me, y'all have a big, how can I say it? A big following here in Houston. Rather, if you see it on Instagram or you don't, because there's plenty of people who don't follow stuff. But my point is, I'm trying to get to, because my head's scrambling, is that to me, y'all are like one of the new upcoming, that I can say that y'all are the new one upcoming things that are going to be coming out of Houston, that I can say that, because one, you're taking over as it is right now. I see y'all's move. I see y'all's motivation. I see your team, your dedication, the way y'all talk, the way how y'all move, the way y'all operate. I mean, I was telling Kelso earlier, I thought y'all were like maybe a couple because the way how y'all, like, I've been knowing y'all just from a distance, and y'all work so well. Y'all just click, y'all ta 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 ta, and like I said, y'all are brother and sister. So that what makes your brand and y'all's product unique and different than any other product, because it's just like the I Love Chamoy. She's doing something to change one part of the Latin, not just the Latin culture health-wise, but the worldwide health-wise, and bring in our culture. And the same thing as you are. You're bringing in different things and you're trying new things out. So like I'm trying to say is, y'all are going to be, I don't know. I can't think of it right now. I'm just so stunned.
I feel like I get it.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm not that high. I'm almost like tongue tied in a way. But
it's because I'm here.
Yeah. But but like I said, other than that, from the Trap Queen herself and the plug himself, what is some advice or encouraging words you have for not just my not just my small following that I have, but y'all's big following, or for people, like I said, that are out here who are scared to take that extra step or the extra leap? What do you have to say from y'all's different experience and point of view?
The hardest part is just starting, just getting to it. Just get to it. Don't have any regret. Just go.
I was literally going to say the same thing. Yeah, he knows. Just
take that step. Risk it. You ain't gonna achieve stuff unless you risk it. You put stuff on the line. That's how you grow and get better and learn from your mistakes, and then you just keep improving your mentality and everything. You keep growing as a better person, and then everything else is just gonna follow along.
Period. Damn, you finally something that I tell like comes to good use with. I'm just playing. Wait.
I had it off.
He deserves that. Yeah, with the whole brand, it stands for like trap. You hear trap. I mean,
everybody knows. Everybody knows.
It's like close friends, but this is the first interview that I've done where I've actually said that we started trapping. I've never in any interview, because I didn't want people to like look at us a different type of way or whatever. But at the same time, like you said, a lot of big companies, a lot of great things have started with people who are just getting high.
Either getting high, getting drunk.
Or getting drunk, yeah.
Something. I mean, come on.
This is part of my story. It was part of his story. It's part of the stories of all the other people that work for me. And so, and I do have like, I don't want it to be the forefront of the brand, like, oh, she's trapping, but it is an acronym: take risk and prosper. And the reason is because I took a big ass risk, you know, from selling illegal stuff to now selling a product that is legal, and also leaving my job behind that, you know, we didn't know what was going to happen because of COVID. I had to make money somehow. So the hardest part, like he said, is
I think, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think a lot of people started trapping.
Yeah. I mean, because, like, there was really, like, what
Everybody
could you have
was
done?
at their cribs, locked up.
Or collecting stimulus checks. Like, I was collecting those stimulus checks to fund my business, you know? And so, but going back to the people who, you know, who are having a hard time or don't know what to do, like, exactly what he said, the hardest part is just thinking about it, believing. And then once you do it, it's just like, at least for me in my experience, it was just like go, go, go. And just because, like, I am where I'm at right now doesn't mean that I'm going to stop either. Like, I'm applying different activities in my life that have nothing to do with Trap Sauce. Like, personally, I'm going to the gym, I'm working out, and it's not to lose weight. It's to challenge myself and to mentally challenge myself too. Because once you start with your mindset, your mind, everything else follows. The emotions, the physical, the financial, materialistic, all of that stuff, it follows. It all connects. So
Yeah, it really does.
just do it.
Does.
Just get up and do it. Like, quit wasting time. Like, should I not?
Stop
I don't
hesitating.
know. Just do it.
Do it.
That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was me. That was me getting this damn thing launching. I was fighting myself, and finally,
We can be our own worst enemies.
my wife was right there. Come on, you got it. You got
can
it.
have a
You
great
got it.
support system, but it's ultimately up to you.
Yeah, and like I said, it's always that, you know, that support system that's always there. It doesn't matter if it's that one person or if it's a room of 5 people to a room of 10 people. You know, that support system can change and that can alter your direction on where you want to go.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, and you can go and say you're afraid of rejection, or that it's not going to be successful. But I mean, a lot of famous people have gotten so many no's before that one yes. And so I was listening to, I'm not very religious. I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious. But I do every now and then will listen to preaching and stuff like that. And I was listening to one, and they were saying that, like, for example, like Beyonce, Jay-Z, whoever it is that you look up to, like, how many no's do you think that they heard before they finally got that yes?
Oh, yeah.
So every no is just like, be grateful and thankful for it, because it's getting you closer to that yes. So
Pushes you to want to achieve that
it's
yes.
either you're gonna fold or it's just gonna make you hungry.
Not only that, at the end, like, once you get all the way to the top where you want to be, you gotta look back at yourself and you're gonna be just glad that you went through that struggle, and it wasn't just like given to you.
Yeah, like nothing was given to you.
The struggle helps you. It makes it teaches you a lot of stuff. Like, life ain't easy. Straight up, it ain't.
Oh yeah, no, it isn't. You know, and it took me a while to get this podcast up and going, because, like you said, you know, we're our worst enemies, and you know, once we start procrastinating, I can't even say that word. Yeah. You know, it's hard to get back on, especially, like, you know, other stuff. You know, but anyways, like I said, I just wanted to ask y'all that. But to get into some wild shit. So I've been listening to a lot of fucking conspiracies and a lot of crap like that.
Ooh,
Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So, okay, so there was one. So I just started hearing this one. But all I know is that they say a really good rabbit hole, a really good one to get lost into are what they call the Ice Age time. Like, instead of global warming, global cooling.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they said start looking into that.
Ooh, all right, now I'm finna get on TikTok later. We got global cooling.
I just know that they don't want you to go over there in Antarctica
That's something.
reason.
Yeah, well.
All right, so do you believe that the Earth is round or flat?
No, come on. I know it's round. Why, you think it's flat? Come on.
Wait.
Come on, girl.
I don't know. But there's a reason why they don't want people to go to Antarctica or like the North Pole and stuff. Like, what is there? Like,
from Antarctica. From what I've been reading and listening to Joe Rogan, there's actually a crater, like a comet or whatever like that. I think they found that a long time ago, but they believe that one is to be the one that extinct the
dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. Then they also found another. Well, they found this one a few years ago, years back, a 20-mile hole on the bottom of the Indian Ocean.
Deep?
Yeah, they don't know where it came. They said that it was.
I believe that there is something, a whole other life that's existing underneath the Earth.
Okay, so my last guest I had on was a friend of mine, Michael Herrera. He had a pretty good one. It was actually, he said that there's a conspiracy about the Denver airport.
Oh, yeah.
The Denver airport, that there is like
like tunnels or?
It's like it's not a tunnel.
I forgot they have stuff all in the airport that like, it's like subliminal messages.
Yeah, like underneath is like it's like another, I can't remember what he.
Portal?
Not a portal, but it's like another.
Like area,
like where where there has been like fighting with underground people or some shit like that. There's that one. I'm trying to think, which is the one that blew me away. Oh, about how they're finding more and more artifacts that date further, that's actually showing that our humans, like is it called?
Existence?
Yeah, our existence it's older than what they're telling us. Like the ancient Egyptians, for an example, like there's a rock, a granite rock that they found that had a pristine, it was just like circular, perfectly, everything drilled right through. And once that drill bit, like if you're cutting through it and then you stop and you try to take out that drill bit, it's like trying to take out Excalibur from the stone. You just can't. And then their theory was that they will tie two boats to it, and one will pull and one will pull. That's what their theory was. But if you do that, you're only going to get, because what they said that when they would do that it would level the, they call it like the threads, like a thousandth of an inch. So it's so thin that not even a razor can fit through.
Damn.
That's how and then that's also how the squares, all the blocks, blocks in the pyramids are.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is that like from the Anunnaki or?
Further than that. Well, Anunnaki, isn't that's Mexico, right?
No.
Anunnaki?
No.
Is it Anunnaki? Hold on, we're gonna have a Google. I bet you everybody who's gonna be watching this later gonna be going, it's this one.
But speaking about the pyramids, there is also a theory that giants helped them out, like move the blocks, because to this day, people, Joe Rogan even said it, that with all the technology that we have, we can't even move.
Yeah, because
blocks.
like some of them rocks weigh to like thousands of tons.
Yeah, and we don't even have that machinery right now to move it.
Yeah, because they're saying that they believe that it was either anti-gravity stuff, or because they said that the Pyramid of Giza, that if you're in it, they said that if you're quiet enough or something that they when they were like doing the recordings, that it hums at a low frequency. She's like, So Anunnaki,
they're deities from the Sumerians.
That is.
So, and like I've heard, like people believe that Anunnaki, like
they think
there's like aliens or UFOs.
That's right.
The
my mind went blank for a minute, but yeah,
pyramids,
I remember.
But they're also saying it was the Anunnakis how overly intelligent they were, like extremely intelligent.
Oh, thank you for reminding me because you're saying intelligent. They also believe that they found the city of Atlantis
I heard about that.
Wait, but where?
in Africa and the
I've
Sahara Desert. The
I heard
Sahara.
that Atlantis, that's the underwater.
Well, it was never underwater. What it used to be a port. It used to be a port where people would go to, and then out of nowhere they said it just vanished with water. So of course everybody who listens to Rogan, so everybody who listens to Joe Rogan, I actually was just listening episode a while back where if you go and if you zoom into where the Africa is, they explain where where you can see where like the sand and everything was risen up from the ground like as water came up. Then you can see like
interesting.
Have you?
I think so. I got a glimpse of it.
Yeah, it's in a country called something with an M, Mantu something like that. But it's crazy because like if you especially if you do Google Earth and you zoom into all that area, you can see like certain parts where like with the Google Earth shows you like there was water there. It's crazy. And then I went on YouTube to actually like look it up too. And some guy went, and when you look at those pictures, you don't think in your head, you're like, oh, it don't look big, it looks small, or whatever. But the guy got there, and those things are huge. They're like tall, and then it's just like a big old, like it just spans out. Wow. They said it was supposed to be like 10 kingdoms within one. That's what they were saying.
See, I heard that the Bermuda Triangle, like the reason why it's like their GPSs go all crazy and stuff is because like underground that there's like these like crystals underneath that are like vibrating at a certain frequency that just like spaz out anyone who goes through it or passes through there. But then I also heard that is where the lost city of Atlantis actually is.
Yeah, well, that's what many people believe because, of course, the Bermuda Triangle, that's where everything goes missing. But no, like these two dudes, they've actually went, and I mean, they haven't went, but they've been doing studies, and I've been looking at this fucking Google Earth picture, showing my wife and my kids, like, look, I think they found that. I found it. Yeah, and it's just crazy now that, and it's cool because when you on that dude's video that when he gets there, they have right outside the fence like a bunch of like artifacts that you can take if you want. And you could drop like $1 in like the case or whatever. But the dude was saying that to get there, you have to go through a landfill. You have to get through a landfill, and then in that part of Africa, even though slavery is still like abolished everywhere, that's one. Well, he said that's one part of Africa that they still haven't kind of like.
Damn.
Well, like even though the law passed, they just haven't really like pushed it. Like to abolish slavery. So the white guy's like, yeah. So that kind of makes me not want to go.
Yeah. Wow.
Makes you feel a certain type of way, like
learn something new every day.
Yeah, man. But man, I got so lost in so many rabbit holes before I got this thing launched.
Yeah.
I was like,
there's definitely modern day slavery.
Oh yeah, it's called the government.
That yeah, and then trafficking.
Oh yeah. Man, me and my wife were talking about this the other day, and let me ask, and I think I asked one of my guests, I think I asked my guests too. Let me ask y'all, do y'all think them flower people are part of it?
Flower.
All the people on the...
Like selling roses and stuff?
Yeah.
Are part of what? Like they're being trafficked?
Yeah.
Bro.
Damn.
Could it?
I mean...
Because think about it, before they were nowhere around.
I think they're just... I've seen a family go into the Sam's and buy the flowers in bulk, and then I'm just like assuming that they're just gonna. I mean, like they had a whole cart full of flowers. I mean, is that me just jumping to the conclusion? Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's possible, but and nowadays, like,
it got y'all thinking.
Would they really be pushing people to sell flowers on the corner when it's easier to pimp people out or to force them in the hard labor instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we mean trafficking, like what they brought them over from like Central America and like, all right, you got to pay your dues. You know, you got to pay the coyote. They're not gonna have you pushing flowers. They're gonna have you pushing something else.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're pushing something else as they're selling flowers.
Like for the women and
as
kids.
For the white roses.
And I don't know though, but I don't know. I see that as just them making a living. But at the same time, like,
I've seen some young females out there on the corner sometimes selling roses, flowers. I'm just like,
do you need help, sweetheart? Blink.
I know, right? Blink.
Blink twice, yes. One, no.
Damn.
I remember one time because it was a company I was working with last year, and I was coming down the Beltway from 59 going to 45, and I was coming up to I forgot what light was it. It was right there on the Beltway, and I seen this chick. She looked pretty young. When I remember I looked over, she had cracked open a beer, and she was just like.
What?
Like giggly about it, and I was just
I
like,
should have sold her some sauce to go with that.
But I was just like,
push that sauce.
I know I pushed that sauce. No, but I was just like, I'm a 30-something-year-old man, and I don't even get that excited when I crack open a beer. Like,
she out there in the sun, she making that bread. She's like, man, shit, I deserve it.
but like the way she did it though, because she cracked open, she went.
Oh man.
Like that, I was just like, I don't know. That's what I thought. Like out of nowhere, because they just came out of nowhere selling flowers and roses and shit.
I've seen them for years.
Well, not this bad.
Oh no.
I'm saying, I mean, you've seen them, but you never seen them that bad. And then, I mean, we see them going to restaurants, especially to the Mexican restaurant when they walk in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Una flor.
Flor for la mujer. Flor.
Yeah.
Can you say that now? That's another rabbit hole I don't like going down.
Damn.
The whole.
You have me thinking. You got. I'm just like,
The whole what?
it's possible.
Oh,
but
the whole.
I guess people don't want
he,
to believe
she,
that.
them. That's another rabbit hole. But yeah, no, that the flower people. Watch when y'all leave here, y'all gonna be going.
Hey, you need help?
For real, about like where I live at, I'm gonna just stare at them like.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, because it's just crazy because they just pop out of nowhere.
I mean, I would prefer to know that they're selling flowers and doing other stuff that's, worse. But like recently in my community, there's an apartment complex that there was a man who ran out naked and
Kelso.
What?
Why'd you do that?
And he was acting all like freaked out, spoke Spanish, and ended up getting help and told him that he was brought here from another country. These men forced him to pay back his debt, and they said that he was raped and beaten, tortured, and forced labor. And it's just sad that like it's not just women and kids, like it's everybody and anybody. People are coming here for a better future, and there's not some of these guys are not some good guys or good women. They it's a business.
Oh yeah, I mean it sucks because, like you said, it's a business, and
I've experienced it firsthand. Like I've witnessed some crazy, really sad things. So it's stuff that society doesn't want to believe, or it's like, no, that couldn't happen in our community. Like, dude, that shit happened in the suburbs.
It just happened in Spring Branch.
It happened in Spring Branch.
Oh yeah, with that dude. No. Just last night. This guy killed like 8 people, including some kids, execution style, and they were all from Honduras. No, San Jacinto County, west of Cleveland, Texas. My dad lives out there in Cleveland. I was like, what the heck? I'm not Honduras, but I'm just saying good. Not good, but I'm just saying like, I mean, yeah. I don't mean like good as in, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But that trafficking, it was in Ojima Street. It was by those apartments, man.
I remember when they busted that cantina right here on the telephone a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
That one was crazy.
And you know, the woman, it was a woman who got taken down.
Yeah, that one was crazy because they had a lot of people.
It's the madams. It's them females. They be running them things. They really do.
The madams with them Jezebels.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to name my daughter Jezebel until they told me you can't. I was like, why? They're like, because that's a prostitute's name. I was like, I did not know that.
You're like, never mind.
I was like, never mind.
Some good stories though.
I was like, Becky would be fine. No, like, no, none of my kids.
Karen, it is.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, but what's one of y'all's wildest conspiracies that y'all just have in the back of your head, other than the one I just mentioned?
I would,
like 9/11.
Oh yeah, that one too. Actually, I just heard a recent one, which I'm mind blown by because I didn't hear about this, but now I'm like, oh my god, it makes sense. It's a Houston conspiracy.
Which one's that one?
Pimp C.
Oh yeah.
Oh, about how he was actually murdered and instead of like he died.
But do you know why he was set up and murdered?
It was Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah. So apparently he had
a sex tape
of Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Oh, I mean, that sucked. I mean,
I was like,
look,
what?
no, not just that, but also there was something else that came up about Jay-Z was that how all of a sudden did he become the king of New York after Biggie died when it should have been Nas? Because Jay-Z wasn't even nobody at the time. He was just barely coming up.
But Nas had did something.
No, well, him and Nas had a beef. Him and Jay-Z had beef. But basically Jay-Z knocked up his wife, got his wife pregnant, and then basically Nas raised the boy as his own, thinking it was his own for people thought that he didn't know that it was Jay-Z's son, but it was.
Oh, Jay-Z has other kids?
Jay-Z has a son by Nas's wife because it was during their whole beef.
Yikes.
Damn.
So, okay, you know how Tupac told Biggie, you know, fuck you and the clique you claim, you know, I fuck your bitch and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Well, they're saying, well, Jay-Z took that out of Tupac's playbook and took it a step further and actually got Nas's wife pregnant. Damn. So Nas's son is actually Jay.
Flex.
I know, like
weird flex.
I know, like when I was listening to it, when I was watching the documentary about it, I was just like, that's not I get but I don't get it. Like I get it and I don't get it. You know, it's like one of those things. Yeah. It's like I get you're flexing, but I don't get it why you're flexing like that. Is that one?
There's a lot of conspiracy theories.
Houston. Did y'all know that at one time that Houston shedded more blood? Well, from what I was told, shedded more blood at one point than I can't remember what war was it. But it was during the Black Panther riot that was here.
Oh, in 2020?
No, a long time ago. We had a Black Panther riot here, long time ago.
Black Panther riot?
Yeah, Black Power, Black Panther.
I slept through history class, so.
I love history. No. That you don't learn in history. That you have to learn through family or people, whatever like that. Like also with the Candyman here in Houston. Have y'all heard of them? They get those two guys in Pasadena.
Yeah.
I didn't find out about those until one of my uncles told me. I never knew about none of that. And then a couple of years ago, they just found one of the bodies of one of the kids. Barely.
Yeah. Did you know about a killer? I mean, now we're just throwing off the killers and shit. But there was, oh my God, what was his name? God damn it.
The one from the Heights?
No, this was back in the 60s. He murdered men.
Talking about here?
In Houston, yeah. Oh, man. Maybe is it Candyman?
Because the Candyman, what they would do, it was a white man and a Mexican dude, and it was a lady that was with them.
I don't know if it was him.
Because they were caught. I know one of them got killed in Pasadena. Well, they were killed. Well, they were captured there in Pasadena.
In the 70s or something?
I think it was 70s, 80s, or something like that.
Okay.
Where they would go around Houston with candy and taking the kids and stuff like that.
No, I don't think it was that guy. It was another murderer. I forgot. He was very famous. But anyways, he was known for murdering men and boys, and not Jeffrey Dahmer, but somebody like that here in this region. Yeah, and Ron, my husband, his father actually, so they're twins. They actually encountered him. Like, they met him. Like, they were, one of the brothers went off to war and stuff, and they were just kind of like, they were travelers. They traveled a lot and stuff. I don't really know too much of their story, but I do know is that they either ran away from home or something, and they had encountered that man, and he was like, oh, come over, I have a place to stay for you guys. And they were so close to staying with him, but they ended up like, nah, we'll just keep it moving. And yeah, he got busted for killing many, many men and boys. Crazy. Talk about yeah.
You? What have you done lately? No, I'm like,
Damn.
you gotta
Conspiracy theory wise?
You know any good killer thingies?
I had like 2,000 files on my laptop about some like government official stuff. I'll be digging, all right.
This girl went, man.
It was about Hillary Clinton and the Epstein files. Like I had downloaded all of them, and I was like, it was during 2020 when like that shit had just happened. That shit was crazy.
No, what's crazy? Well, no, that is crazy. What's crazy is too is that now because you mentioned about Clinton, this other company. Well, when I used to drive around Texas, there's one company that I went up to pick up some stuff for. As I was coming down, I drove through Waco, and I drove through that happened, the Waco compound. Mm-hmm. I don't know if y'all heard about that with the church.
Yeah,
David Caress.
The one that you showed me, right?
Yeah. David Caress. Yeah, well, I went there.
Wait, it was a cult, right? Or something like
that?
It
was like a cult, like a church, some shit like that. I went, and it's just like
It's still there?
Yeah, well, the building ain't there, but like, the property is still there. Certain little structures are still there. There's a guy that lives there, and he takes care of the property. And
conspiracy.
I know, right? But yeah, no. You walk in, and he has all the pictures and all that of everything. And I remember I was walking through, and he was just like, "Yeah, during." I guess whenever that happened, the Clintons and the Bushes, they bought property there, and they bought property there, and I was like, remind self, look up Clintons and Bushes and the Waco compound.
They all get correlate.
Yeah, man, it does, because the Bushes and the Clintons are one of the most corrupt and evil fucking people in the world.
Yeah. Have you heard about Hillary Clinton and any conspiracy theories on her?
There's like a lot of them.
Yeah. Have you heard about like the kids?
Oh yeah, because come on, her and Pizzagate and all that. Yeah, the Pizzagate one was the trippy one that I went down.
That one I had. Yeah, that was
the Pizzagate one was the trippy one. What's this?
Obama Gate, Pizzagate, all kinds of gates.
Elsa
right? Gate, Anna Gate, like it's just
Gate.
Yeah,
we got that Gate gang.
What about the CIA disclosing how there's portals in our manifestation, like us and our minds and our brains, and we're able to like
manifest things?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the power of manifestation, the power of things. My wife. But no. My wife. But no, that I actually believe because
or that we could teleport. That's what it was. I think it was about teleporting.
Teleporting our mind from one thing.
Yeah, like your
self-conscious,
like your soul.
Interception. Interception, you mean?
And it was like documents from like, man, like, I don't know, give or take like around the 50s, I think, or yeah.
Well, I believe we can teleport at a certain, I don't want to say frequency because we've been saying frequency. At a certain...
No, that definitely plays a factor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I'm just trying to use another term because I think I have said it on the podcast. I believe I have. Well, I've done shrooms before, and I've never done anything higher than 4 grams. But I do know that on my experience of 4 grams, I was no longer here. I became a pirate. I don't know why. I became a pirate trying to fight other pirates. I was in a jungle trying to find a Native American princess fighting other bad pirates. And that was my wife I was trying to fight. Fight for.
Oh.
Not fight. That was I was trying to fight for. And she was just looking at me the whole time. She was just like, she goes, babe, she goes, we were watching TV. You just got out of bed and you were just going. She goes, it looked like you were trying to go through brushes and you were just like that. And then you'll come back and you'll go. I just remember I was just.
Oh my God.
I was like, I just remember I was not here. I was gone. But they say that if you do a certain amount of shrooms, if you haven't done DMT, if you do a certain amount of shrooms, stay in a room alone, pitch black, dark, and just lay there with your eyes closed, you will get basically the same effect as you would in doing DMT. And they say, well, that's when you can get deeper into your mind, because it's like those pods. Those people be going those.
Like ayahuasca?
No. They have one here in Houston. It's where you get inside this pod with Epsom salt.
Oh, okay.
And you float. Mm-hmm. And they close it. And remember that episode of The Simpsons when Homer gets inside that tube or whatever, him and Lisa?
I think so.
They close the thing and then they start imagining shit.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, I think.
Do you remember?
No.
Oh, golly.
Watch that shit.
It was back when The Simpsons were good. But no, so it's this deprivation tank.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So it's almost like you're being in a deprivation tank, except you're not floating. You're just laying there, dark, pitch black, with your own thoughts, high as hell. I've heard people say that they've seen jesters. I've heard people...
Jesters, what's that?
The clowns
from
the medieval times. But that's one thing that they say that a lot of people, what they call people get, what's it called? People that it's, God damn it, what is it called? They always have that's something that all of them have in common, that they all see the jesters. When they're either
in pitch black on shrooms, or in that pod.
No. On that type of that's, I don't say high, but that high that you're on, depending on the DMT or depending on the amount of the shroom. Well, of course, you got to go on the higher doses of shrooms, as they call it, the hands of God doses. Yeah, the hand of God. So you microdose? Yeah, I've only done 4 grams, and I've only done it with the gas station's chocolate bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, hers is the only one that I like, because they're not as strong. They're real mellow. They're good. They hit you good. They really do. The 4-grammer, the one that I took, that was another brand, and that shit hit me hard. And man, I was sweating bullets as if I was a fat boy at a camp. I was sweating. It was horrible. That's why I was like, I'm not eating.
That was a bad trip for you.
Well, not that it was just bad. It was just
intense.
It was just intense. It was just, I guess it was just that type of shroom that was made with that. And that's why I like her products, because it's more.
We just did an event with her last weekend.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've been wanting to go and get either sugar from her or certain little things, because I have people who want to try it too, and I'm like, every time I go somewhere, she's not there, and every time she goes somewhere, I don't go.
Yeah, you're not there.
I'm not there.
No, she has her own spot now.
I know. Yeah. Over there, North
Spring Humble area.
Yeah, Spring Humble. I saw that. I was like, you're far now. but no, I mean, I gotta show love to everybody, because all of y'all, because before we get back on our weird conspiracy killer theories.
I
got a good one.
Well, I like to kind of like, I don't know.
Fucks, like.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I just like to throw stuff. Like I said, this is just a podcast where we just come sit down and talk and shoot the shit and throw out your product and, shoot your product out there and all that, and I just like to keep it friendly, chill. That way nobody's real like, nervous or nothing. I mean, like I said, I'm in my home. But yeah, no, but like I said, I got to give all y'all shout outs who from the day one that's always been there for us and for me and the support that y'all always give, what I mean? And then support, support no matter what, you do, whatever vendor or business person you're doing, support by telling someone, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook, like it. It's something simple. But like I said, all y'all deserve y'all's roses. That's why I'm trying to get each and every one of y'all on here.
But not from the street vendors, like not those roses.
What do you mean? No, not those roses. Not them white.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Y'all got me back. The white roses. I don't do that. I'm sorry. I don't do that.
Wait, so it's only the white roses?
Well, no, that's what I heard. That if you ask for the white rose, it's supposed to be.
Oh, I'm slow.
I'm gonna go get some white roses.
He said, "Saca la flores."
Saca la flor. Saca la bolsita.
Wow.
But yeah, and
Thank you. By the way.
Oh, well, that's what I've always heard. That like if you see some flower people, if you're trying to look, that you always ask them for the white rose. That's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard.
I don't know, but
What are y'all gonna
fuck around? You gonna find out. So.
For real.
That's why I'm scared to ask nowadays.
You have a white rose,
Did I?
blanco.
All right, you got that white rose.
You know what I'm saying?
So that way we can get back on our weird topics. Have y'all had any ghost or any spiritual scares or anything like that? Not like something that scared you to make you become spirit. Like have y'all seen a ghost or have? Oh, okay.
I just see shadow people, bro. Like when say you're right here.
You're supposed to open up your blinds when you do that.
For real?
Yeah, because you see people's shadows.
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking with you.
No. So, like, for example, like, if I'm somewhere in my house, right? In the corner of my eye, I see, like, a figure, and it's pretty clear. And as I'm turning around, I see it more vividly, and then it just disappeared. I'm like, bro, what the And I seen it in the streets, too, while I'm driving at dark. Like, there's a light.
Let me find out.
Telephone
church,
pole.
my boy.
I know, right? You need to go to church.
Damn.
No, I've seen shadow people, too.
Yeah.
That.
No, I ain't like when I used to work at the refineries. One time I was working, because we would work days and nights, and one time I was working on a night shift, and I was on the forklift, and I was on the forklift, and I was gonna load up this container onto the conveyor. I shit you not, I seen someone with a hard hat, like what you wear in the refineries, walk right by me as I was turning to load up the conveyor, and I went, oh shit, and I hit the brakes real hard. The whole thing went flying forward and fell. I was like, that's it. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucked. I'm done. No, there was no one there.
Wow.
I legit saw someone walk right by me.
It's
Someone's old soul.
Well, no, because no. That's what they say that there's people who see people there. Like there's one guy who's been working there for years. He says that every so often he'll see this one guy. He's been doing the same thing for years. Same little thing. Yeah, it is, like what they call it, the residual ghost that just keeps doing the same thing. But all that.
he's probably just stuck. That's the past. Like past
Months ago.
Yeah, no, I've seen, like I said, I'm spiritual, so I be seeing shit, but and it's not that I'm looking for it, but I think it depends on how you feel. Like if you feel scared, or like you have that fear, I think that's not a good presence. But most of the time, like I don't feel. I'm just like, oh, okay, all right. Like I don't know. It's weird how to explain it. What's the word? Not like a medium. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I pick up on energies. I'm clairvoyant, but it's just like I don't just go out openly and tell people that like I am right now. Because people get weirded out.
Man, it's 2023 right now.
I see dead people.
I know, right? People are gonna be like, that's gonna be the new trendy thing right now.
Yeah, no, but I have like one encounter for sure is when I was 5 years old. I had an imaginary friend, and to this day, I remember seeing her. Like it wasn't a physical person. It was. I don't even know if it was a her. I just always said it was her. And it wasn't until I forgot how old I was. Like I saw her die. Like I saw her get hit. She ran across the street and got hit by a car and she died. And I never ever saw her again. That's why my parents ended up making my sister, because they're like, this girl crazy, she over here talking to herself and stuff. But
let's give her a real person.
Yeah. But yeah, I had that. I don't know who it was, but yeah, I to this day I remember. And then another encounter I had, that one was a scary one. So we went to Mexico. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, and we were traveling from Monterrey all the way down to Veracruz, and that's a long drive. I think we spent like a total of 2 weeks, because we were just going to different villages, different pueblos, and just staying at random people's houses and stuff. But on that trip, we were going to a beach. We were staying close to the coast, and there was just so many different events that kept happening that was just like, no, turn back. And one of them was, so we were going to the beach. It was nighttime by the time we arrived, and it's just like it's sand, and then there's like sand dunes like on the sides. So we're just driving, and all of a sudden, like, we have like luggages and shit all in the back. We were in a Dodge Durango, and it's my dad, my mom, me, my little sister, and then the back, the third row was put down, and it's like a fishing hook, and we had a bunch of shit in the back. And all of a sudden, like, something just like goes in front of the car, and everybody stopped. My dad's like, you saw that? Oh my God. He got out and like checked. He thought it was a person. It was nothing. I'm like, okay. So we keep going. We go to the beach. We're camping. And then some shit happened with my parents. They lost something very valuable, but my mom was like, I just had it, and it vanished. Anyway, so we ended up going to a cabin, like, I don't know, a couple miles away from the beach, and it's all wooded area.
Cabin in the woods.
Cabin in the woods.
Yeah. And I remember, this was like the next day now, because we camped on the beach, and then the next day we went to like a cabin in the woods. And when we got there, my great-grandmother was there. She's like in her 90s, and she's like patting the bed, and like, I thought she was just like trying to get all the sand off or something, but I think it was her way of like cleaning the energy in that space. And so I'm wandering around like the whole wooded area, and I come across a ditch, and I see a dead cow with like its guts out, and I was like, ooh, it was just a bad feeling. Like, this don't look good. And there was like one dog by the cow just like sniffing around it. Fast forward, later that night, we're cooking carne asada with the family outside the cabin, whatever.
From the cow that was out there.
I was about to say, her dad was like, oh, free meat.
So I'm sitting in the porch, and I'm just staring into the abyss. And there's only like one of those like yellow lights in one of the trees. It's all black, but there's like one little fainting light. And all of a sudden, I just see a shadow like run. And it was like a 6 foot tall figure. Could have been a shadow person. I don't know. So I'm freaking out, and I tell my parents, and they're like, oh, you're just seeing stuff. You know, they don't believe it. They're like, yeah, cállate, like, whatever. And my mom, I was telling my mom, like, Mom, I really saw somebody running. So she's looking, where? And then she's like, oh my God, I see something. And she saw something run. So my dad goes out, and he goes out with a knife and a flashlight. And he's like, I don't see nothing. Like, he's all the way out there. I don't see nothing. He comes back, and it's like a whole pack of dogs that are following him now. I don't know. It was weird. And then when we left the beach, we got into a really bad car accident. We were on a curve, and on this long stretch, this long curve, you can just see crosses. Like, people had passed away there.
You told me.
And I think my dad said there was like a center block or something in the street, and he was trying to avoid it, and he ended up, we went down the ditch. And luckily we didn't tumble over. A lot of passing truck drivers said that so many people like tumble over here, but we didn't. My dad ended up spending the night there and let us go with some random truck driver, me, my mom, and my little sister, drive like 3 hours to Reynosa. More crazy events happened there. Then we ended up at an uncle's house, and my sister gets in an accident. It was just like a really bad, I don't know if we had ojo. I don't know what happened, but something from that beach.
It was that woods, the cabin.
Something there was just it was eerie.
It was that carne that y'all eat from that cow.
That's what the dogs follow.
Yeah. It was just, as soon as we pulled up into that beach, it's called Sota La Marina. That was the beach name. And then I found out, too, that, like, one of my dad's cousins ended up passing away, like, a couple years after he drowned in that beach. Like, that beach, I don't know what's up with that beach, so. Yeah.
I ain't going there.
I barely go to Matamoros, but let's go further. But, and you? Oh, I mean, other scarier or any other?
Your grandpa?
Yeah, my grandpa, matter of fact. So, my grandpa used to live with me in my house. And he just stayed there for a while. He passed away. He got sick. Right. And I was really close to him. So, at my house, my grandma, her ex-husband, she sometimes comes and spends the night. And she said that if she sleeps downstairs, he'll literally come and yank her leg. And all you hear her is like screaming, running upstairs. And then there's times where I'm alone and I hear footsteps.
That's gonna be me with me to my wife when I die.
Yeah.
Get it back upstairs.
Or when I'm alone at the house, I hear footsteps like walking around the house. Or like a door would just like the pantry door would just like creak. It will open up, like creak open. And I'll go and I'm like, this was closed though. Like, what the fuck? But it's just like, for me, it's like, all right, it's my grandpa. It's like, he's just fucking with me. Or like, I know he ain't gonna do nothing that bad, because if he was, shit would have already happened.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it depends how you feel. Like, you know when you're in the presence of something or something just don't feel right. But if you feel like you're in fear, that's not a good entity to your presence.
Yeah.
But if you just like, if you feel like, what the hell, like, it's probably just, they're just messing with you. Or they're just trying to say hi.
Yeah, and so with my grandma, that's happened to her multiple times already. And my uncle, his son, too, he sometimes comes over. He sleeps downstairs because I live in a 2-story house. So they sleep in the couches, and he's told me multiple times that he, like, while in the middle of the sleep, he just feels something go, pa, pa, start, like, wake up. And then ever since that, and then you just hear him, like, running up the stairs, like, psst. Next morning he comes, I'm like, bro, why you in my room? I asked him, like, what you doing here? He's like, bro, my grandpa's down there. Like, nah, like, no.
Grandpa's there. Fuck that.
Nah, but ever since that's happened to my grandma, she don't sleep downstairs because she literally said something like yanked her, just went, yeah. And I was like, that's what you get.
His grandpa going,
you did something to him, and now he's getting payback. He's getting his revenge.
So before I get into my stories, I have to apologize. I didn't connect my laptop, so the video cut half. So I'm recording for the rest off my phone. So I don't know exactly where it died at. So the rest of the video will be cut. Well, it'll be audio, and then there's gonna be a blank spot. Just to let you know. I'm sorry about that. I thought I had fucked it up, but I didn't. My fault. But as I said, we're still recording.
It was that Zaza.
I know, it's that Zaza. No, it was Grandpa. No, playing.
My grandpa.
Yeah. No, but for mine was at my Tia Minta's house over there in La Chona. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that. La Chona?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's where most of my mom's family is from La Chona. So my great aunt she was one of the few people, or one of the many few people who still have one of the original Mexico houses. Que estaba todo concrete all the way up. Like, they looked like, yeah. It was crazy. Like, it was just crazy every time we would go over there when we were younger. Everything was so small. But at night, when you would sleep upstairs in the room, and man, same thing. You would hear the damn stairs creaking as if someone would be walking up there, and then you would hear like the door kind of creak, but all there was just a door there was a door for the stairs. There was no doors for the 2 bedrooms. So you would just hear that one door creak open, and that was it. And then you'll be laying there, you'll be asleep, and depending on whatever ghosts or whatever mood they were in, but they would come to whatever room was, and they'll sit on the bed, on the edge of the bed, and you would literally feel the bed go. Like you know, as someone would sit on the bed, you'll feel it lean over, and if you were to wake up and look, You would just see that one part of the bed. Just
Oh no.
that shit happened to me. If like a lot of times, man, just laying there and then you feel the bed just move and you wake up and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
You kick them. You hogging the blanket, bro.
Move, get away. But yeah, no. But I remember one time going there. We were driving and another cornfield. We're just going. And then I remember out of nowhere, we just seen this big old massive white bird hit the truck.
Damn.
And after that, we just kept going. Have y'all? We believe it was La Chusa. Y'all know what those are? That's what my mom and my uncle thought
Did
of.
y'all whistle?
Well, no, we were in the truck.
Nobody was whistling?
Nah, nobody was whistling.
That's the owl, right?
Yeah, that's an owl. But man, I remember I was in the back seat, and I remember it hit the roof of the truck, or at the top of the truck. And I remember once we got to my tia's house, there was a dent in my uncle's roof. Like not a big dent, but still like something had hit.
But
Like something
the bird wasn't
noticeable.
there no more after, like when y'all got out?
No, like when he hit it,
It
like
flew away, or?
well, we hit it, we just took off because
Oh.
where do you see a bird that big?
Like, nah, fuck that shit.
We're just hauling gas.
He just floored it.
Yeah, man, we're just flooring it. Although y'all are not from this, y'all not from this side of town, but a long time ago when I was younger, my mom used to pick up my sister from the theater down on Southmore back then. That used to be at the big theater back then. So one night, my mom was picking up my sister from there, and as they were coming home, my mom said that she was driving and that it was just her. It was like late. It was like 2 a.m. back when like nobody drove at that time. Or like hardly anybody drove. So she was driving. It was her and my 2 sisters. They were on their way back. And they, as they were coming, she seen a white car coming up right behind her. And she was just like, she didn't think nothing of it. She was just driving. And then she said that as she was, driving down Southmore, coming up, I forgot what street she was coming up to. As she was coming up, the car kept coming, and the car was coming quicker and quicker. And by the time she stopped, the car was right behind her. And she says that the lights were real bright, and they're just like, they thought it was the high beams or some shit like that. And they really didn't pay no mind to it. They kept going. Well, when the light turned green, they kept going, and the car was just like on their ass, just following them, just on their ass, and honking and honking. But there was like 2 lanes, so they could move around them. Well, as they were driving, the car kept trying to run my mom from the back. And when the car came around, my sister said she looked, and when she looked, she saw the guy like this just driving, and he was just all in white, and he was just driving like this. And then when she looked, and when she took a double look, when the second time that she looked, my mom turned to look, and when they both turned to look, then when he turned to look at them, he had no face.
Oh.
He had no face, and he stopped at a certain light. Like, he just braked at a light. Like, he didn't even, like, slow down. Like, as they were driving, my mom and them said that when they were driving, he just stopped. Like, mid-stop. Like, he just stopped mid-stop and got out of the car and just started beating his car.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and my mom said that she just hauled ass. Wah, just kept going. Never stopped. My sister was the one that was looking back, but my mom was just, wah.
Just like, no.
Yeah, never again have they ever seen that or anything.
Wow.
Damn.
That was like,
That's some shit.
that was 90, maybe 93, 94, because I was still a kid. I mean, I was a kid at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. That was weird. That was a weird one. So I don't know if it was maybe an actual entity or someone fucking around with them.
I don't know. Or unless maybe she was on that good side.
That's mama, no. My mama not like that.
No.
Mommy, no. Mommy, no.
Only the kids. But
Yeah, only the kids. Kids. No. But other than that, man, how have y'all been having y'all's time here? How have y'all enjoyed y'all's time?
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry.
I
Like
feel
I said.
comfortable. I'm like, we're able to talk
Yeah.
and just like,
Yeah, like I
like
said.
that rabbit hole talk.
Yeah, like it was like a rabbit hole talk and then killer talk and then we're just bouncing. Like I said, this is how my conversations go. They bounce. We talk about random shit.
I like that because I have ADD, so I can't stay on just one topic. Like I be bouncing all over.
I think that's what I have. I don't know. I don't know. I'm always talking about a lot of crap. I'm always talking. There was something you said that I wrote down. I was like, I want to ask you about it, but I don't remember. It's upstairs. I don't feel like grabbing it. I feel like leaving you.
I wrote that I said.
No, you said that I wrote down. It's in my notebook. It was on I don't know if it was a podcast you were on, or I think it was just like an interview you were doing. I can't remember what it was, but it was something that it was really good, and I was going to have it, and I was going to start asking my guests now that. But in a way, I kind of put it towards the, ask for advice and stuff like that. But it wasn't. It was something. I can't remember what it was somewhere. But I have it written down upstairs in my notebook. All right, there's already enough mishaps today. My laptop died.
Mercury's in retrograde, so.
Gatorade.
I know, right? But no, man. I know. Shit.
You know about that?
What?
Like Mercury in retrograde? What it means?
No.
Oh,
What is that? What is
How
that?
much time do we have?
If you still got another, how long is that conversation?
It's like astrology stuff. So like the planet Mercury
Oh,
is
okay.
a planet of communication, or for example, it rules Gemini and Virgos, right? And those two signs are.
Oh, here comes my dog. Y'all hear the nails? Those are my dog. That's my princess, my weenie dog. No,
yeah,
dog.
podcast.
dog podcast. Just bring it to you. No, but you were saying about astrology.
Yeah, so Mercury retrograde. Mercury is like the planet of like conversations and communication. So like podcasts and stuff. This is like a Mercury like theme right here. Like,
Oh, okay.
You know, we're communicating, we're sharing information, and it also has to do with like travel, going somewhere from point A to point B, whether with our words, our thoughts, or our vehicles. So when Mercury goes retrograde, it's where it appears from Earth to go backwards, right? It looks like it's going backwards, but it's really not. So retrograde is like, it starts with R-E. So like you're redoing, rethinking. It's a time where we have to go back and reanalyze and stuff like that. And there does tend to be a theme of like mishaps that happen when it comes to communications and stuff like this. So like you with what happened with the laptop, that's to me, I'm like, oh, that's Mercury retrograde. Yeah, that's it.
No, that's me.
Car accidents.
That's me. That's just me not double checking the laptop. I thought it was. Honestly, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. But yeah, no, that's me. Speaking about Earth and the turn, they say that the Earth, that the gravity center shifted. It shifted. It was like.
What does that mean for us?
We're heavy.
No, meaning basically, the theory is that when it happens. I forgot how they say it happens every so often, but when it does happen, basically it's like the theory of when Jesus
Walked on water?
well, not walked on water. When it was dark for the 6 days, and then on the seventh day he whatever. I forgot how they explained it, but basically meaning that like since they're moving, that meaning the global cooling. That's what they're trying to say. Because now that the North Pole, it used to be like 10 degrees off or some shit like that, but now it's 40 degrees. And now the center of South Pole is not even in the middle of Antarctica. Now it's like off to the right, I think. I think it's off like that. Yeah.
That don't sound good for our grandkids and their kids.
Well, yeah, so on. But like they said too, we say that oh no, it's gonna happen in years, but reality,
It's still happening now.
it could happen now,
Yeah.
and you didn't even know,
Corner.
huh?
It could be around the corner.
Yeah, because it's like they said, we're vulnerable. We think we're untouchable here on Earth, but really,
Well, yeah, because I mean, society and our governments are keeping us in place. They are controlling us to, watch TV and watch the news and just keep us.
that's why I don't watch the
share.
news no more.
They put these certain programs on Netflix. It's all controlling. It's all owned by the same like few people.
Oh yeah.
If you really think about it, like they're controlling us because there's some crazy shit that's really going out.
Oh, what it was that it was weakening the magnetic field around Earth. That's what it was.
Well,
But yeah, but no, but like I was listening to that. I've been listening. It takes me a while to listen to a podcast now. It takes me like 3 days. But yeah, no, I was watching it and I was listening to it. I was just like, That would suck. Like, we sit here and we think, oh, it happened 1,000 years ago. We think of it like,
all right, we got time.
yeah, we got time. It's like, what? No. but what makes me, well, when you think about like that and then you go back and you go, man, like because we don't know how clueless they were, back then. But it also makes you stop and think of how ruthless our society was before there was. Well, not just, no. I meant like back in the like colonial days and the medieval days.
I'm actually watching 1883. Have you seen it? It's the prequel to Yellowstone.
Oh, no. We were trying to watch Yellowstone, but we were trying to watch it with everybody, with all the kids, and we were just watching it for the first time, and we're like, yeah, we can't watch it with kids. It's like every 5 minutes in the first episode, it's like,
Maybe.
But I don't know. But right now, me and my wife, we're watching The Last Kingdom.
Okay.
That's a good one.
So 1883 it's the prequel to Yellowstone. So like the generations on how they led up to. So it actually like I don't know what episode I'm on, but it's basically like the Oregon Trail. They went from Tennessee to Fort Worth, and now they're going up to Oregon. They're trying to settle there, and it shows like all the Germans that's going along with them, and like all the shit that they're encountering, like with the Native Americans, how they're like they're learning, like they are the ones like. I mean, pioneers, they pioneered the way for us to what we know now. Like, all right, don't go to those snakes with the little things in the end because those have venom and like that. They had to find out a lot of shit the hard way.
Oh, yeah.
So that we
but no, once you start driving on the open road, you're going to appreciate like shit like that. Because when I was hot-shotting and all that, and I would drive and I would see like because I've never been outside of Texas other than to Mexico. And when I started hot-shotting, bro, I started seeing the country, and after that you started going, how the hell did they used to travel from point A all the way to point B when we could just take this truck here and drive a few hours when this shit would take them
by wagon.
Yeah, horses. That shit took
and wagons.
Days, weeks, months.
I think they're like I forgot what month they're on, but they're like, yeah, it's going to take us about like 1 week to get to the next stop. And it's like they have to go through rivers. And like the Brazos, they were talking about, we got to cross the Brazos River. And they have these big like wagons and shit with the horses. And some of the people, like they got sucked under. And man, it's crazy. Like,
well, no, but that shit actually happens and it's crazy.
And it's like, obviously, like I was saying, or like I didn't pay attention in history class. Like, because they have like a cookie cutter version in schools, what they teach us. But then it shows like that give you insight. Like, damn, like they really went through that. Like,
oh, yeah, man. Which is another good, Godless or Goddess. It's a Netflix show. That's a good one too. That's Western time too. I like old movies. Well, I mean, I like movies like that, especially like the Viking shit like that. When it's crazy too because it's like the kings are Christians and then they're pagan, so they're going off the ruins and their astrologies and all that, and they're like, oh, you pagans, you believe this, and it's our God who's, and it's just,
so Christianity came and took that and converted.
Yeah, it's crazy because you go, man, like we were so dumb, we were so dumb. Like the shit that they would make people do, like if you were caught stealing or something like that, they will make you crawl on your knees to the church, begging forgiveness to God.
And in their mind, they were very rightful for it.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Yeah. It was crazy. Have you ever read into more of like the medieval times and all that? That shit was crazy.
I saw, there's a show called Them. I think it's called Them. Yeah, it's based about like I don't know if it's on Netflix. No, Amazon. It's based on racism, blacks and whites in the 50s. Where a lot of them traveled from the east all the way to like California to the west because I guess racism wasn't as bad as it was in the south or on the east side.
It's still recording. So it was still recording. Sorry to interrupt you. It was still recording. My bad.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, so
all right, cool.
Yeah.
There's a part in that show where they kind of go back in time to like. So the house, they're saying like this house is like either haunted or something. Plus, like it's a new family. They just moved from the South all the way to Compton, and they're having like they're seeing shit in the house, and then on top of that, they're dealing with their white
Well, yeah,
neighbors.
it's Compton. Hello, they're seeing all bullets flying. No,
But
like
this is before, like this is
Oh.
when Compton was an all white neighborhood out in the suburbs.
back when it was
Decent,
Compton.
yes,
Compton. Yes, hello, welcome to Compton, California.
Yes.
Like, welcome to Southwest 8-Leaf, Texas.
That's SWAT.
Now SWAT. No, and then
So the house they were dealing with some like haunted shit going on there. And then on top of that, all of their neighbors are white. They're the only black people on the street, and they're dealing with the racism from that.
And the racism
so then
from
it
the
goes
ghost.
back in time to before the house, before the street, before the neighborhood, before anything was there. Like if you think about it, like what was this land before this house in this neighborhood was built?
oh yeah,
So it went back in time to where it was just all field. And it was, I don't know if they were German. I don't know. They had an accent. I want to say they were German Christians. And there was like a bunch of nuns and sisters, and they had slaves. And I don't know what happened. They were cool with the black people. And then all of a sudden, he was really forcing the Bible onto them. And I think one of them stole something, or one of the black girls did something, and the guy just went crazy and held the Bible and was like, and the Bible says that if you do this, then you shall be,
blah blah blah.
blah blah blah. So therefore, I'm gonna do this is what God said. This is, and like he like plucked her eyeballs out, or he did some wild shit. Like it was just crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
there was a movie that me and my wife we seen. It was about slavery too, and it was this guy was reading the Bible, and he was not even reading, like he was just saying. He goes, "It says in my Bible that all the harsh end should listen to their superiors," and I'm just like, "That's what the Bible says," and it's just like,
and it's
We were
they didn't
so-
interpret it. That's not,
people were so stupid.
crazy.
But no, but not just that, but like also it's also coming out that not just that there's also have been black plantation owners, black slave owners that's coming out. There's actually have been black slave owners that own plantations like cotton fields and all that.
Yeah.
And they've even had black slaves.
Damn.
Their own people.
Yeah, their own people.
Be your own people.
They said that they were worse than the white people.
Bro.
You would think it would be different,
Yeah.
but no, they said that they were the worst ones.
They probably went through it, and they probably went through it at a young age, and they were conditioned that way, psychologically. I mean, it's like
It's crazy because it's like I tell my kids and I tell my wife and all that. Look, I get it. It happened. I really do. But at that same time, what can we do? We can't do nothing. It's already over. It's already done and passed.
Yeah.
but there's still people that feel entitled.
Yeah, I know it's crazy, but it's crazy because if they want reprimands from every slave owner, now that's coming out now that there's black slave owners, now what's gonna happen with that? I don't know. I just don't, like I said, it's weird. It's just we're just born with the time that we're given, with the time of era or whatever they say. We weren't born in that time, so we don't know. Don't get me wrong. I experienced it one time when a white guy did call me a fucking wetback, and I did try to chase him down and go tell him something. And I was like, "What am I doing? Like, why am I doing that? Like, just a fucking word." Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, not that it's weird. It's just that like, I don't know. I don't see it like that no more. Like I know I used to, but now I'm just like, fuck your word. I'm doing what I got to do. Like your words don't mean like what that old thing, sticks and stones. No.
Break my bones.
Yeah, sticks and stones make break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I'm gonna go back to that again. But no, man. So what do y'all think about these COVID babies going into schools?
But I have a baby that's she's about to, well, actually no, her birthday, it held her back. Her birthday's in September, and I think like beginning of September is that cutoff time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you're different. I'm talking about like you can tell when someone is gonna raise a COVID baby.
Like had a baby during COVID.
No, like COVID, like meaning like
Like they conceived during COVID.
Like a new generation of kids
Oh.
coming.
Oh.
Like these new generation of COVID kids.
Yeah.
These COVID babies.
They are
Like the ones that have already like.
technologically advanced, for sure.
It's crazy. Not just that, but it's just crazy. It's just like, have you been seeing them kids fight them teachers for their phones?
Like I said, they'll do anything. It's technology.
I was just like,
Got them wired like.
man. Oh, have you seen that black lady, that black substitute teacher, the one that fought that kid in class? It was in North Carolina.
Oh, I think.
The one with her skirt that went all the way up, and you saw.
Yeah, I seen it.
No, I didn't.
She's literally like fighting for.
Well, no, because what it was the girl was trying to get her phone, and the substitute teacher was telling her like, no, like, you know, you weren't following the rules, and she was like, why do the rules only apply to me or some shit? It was something you couldn't really understand, but she kept getting into the substitute teacher's like space. You know, she kept getting in, she kept trying to grab it from her, and she was like, what are you doing? She was like, no, and then she went to go swing at the teacher. The teacher blocked it, and she just went boom. Teacher hit her, and they were going at it, and then she yanked her down, and then she was just sticking her.
Was on top of her.
Yeah.
Like yelling like, get another teacher, but everybody's just there like looking like.
Yeah, everybody was just there like that, and then she was holding the girl by her head on the floor. Teacher's skirt went up. He saw everything.
God, no.
I was reading I was like, since I saw this on Grindface, I was like, I need to look at the comments. All the comments were just mostly about the teacher's ass and nothing about the teacher fighting.
I gotta look this up.
Now you gotta look it up. Put in substitute teacher, fight student, North Carolina. She's about to look it up. Yep, there you go. You're right there, looking at the video.
That's the substitute teacher.
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
I ain't playing this shit. Ooh.
Oh.
Okay. It's probably not gonna show because of TikTok, but I seen booty.
It was funny. I was reading the comments and they were like, I don't know about that student, but that teacher got kicked. I'm like, man, out of everything, you're looking at that. But it's true, though. We're going to have to, some of these kids need to get their ass whooped out, I think.
I got in a fight in high school with another girl, and the teacher got in the middle, and she got popped, and she wanted to press charges. Like, bitch, come on, you got in the middle, you asked for it.
I got into a fight at high school, and my teacher saw the fight because he stopped it, and he told me to go to my next class.
Hey.
And then when I went to my next class, I got arrested.
I thought it was like a free pass.
I know, that's what I thought so too, because he was like, just go to your next class. You and so-so, y'all go to your next class. I went to my next class. I was there trying to mac on some girl, and then a cop came in and they arrested me. I was like, okay, I guess not. Denied. But nah, that was crazy. The reason for that fight was crazy. It was dumb. We had dumb fights back in high school.
Yeah. Ego. We were all in our ego space. What? You said what about me?
So what it's there? Okay, hold on. They said this. They said we are who we. Oh no, we are who we want. We are who we needed, or who
when we were younger.
Yeah.
I believe that for sure. Yeah, I am the person I am now is someone I definitely needed when I was younger.
What did you that said it, or someone said it, or did you see it somewhere, or read it?
I don't know. I've said it before.
Oh, that's probably what I heard. I probably heard you say it then.
Yeah, I've definitely.
That's why, like, it stuck with me. I'm like, it's true though.
That's what you wrote. That's upstairs.
I know, right? That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote. Watch. Nah.
Yeah, for sure.
Watch, when y'all leave, I'm gonna take a picture and be like, this is what I was trying to say. But
I have that. I give off like mommy, big sister energy because that's what I needed when I was younger. Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Okay, so my kids, my boys, they say that all the time. So there's a video I sent my wife, and it shows the teacher going, because my wife's a teacher. So the teacher's like, so what happens when someone hurts us? We have she was trying to say like, emotions. And there's a kid in the background.
Emotional damage.
There's a kid in the background. She's like, then all the kids started doing it. I was like, those are my two boys right there. They say that shit all the time. Emotional damage. But yeah, man. There was a crazy turn of conversations. Like I told y'all, man, my conversations, they're just like chill conversations. We just talk and go at it. And
I definitely needed a joint or a blunt. That would have been.
well, I don't have that, but I have
I'm good.
I don't have that. I ran out of that. I'm sorry. Ran out of that. Wow. I thought I was gonna have some more, but I didn't. I only got those. It's not nicotine, just so you know.
Okay. I won't judge you now.
No, but next time I'll be prepared.
Okay.
Next time I'll be 100% prepared. Well, because I thought someone else, it was scheduled for it, but it's all good now. But to end out my podcast, is there anything you like? Well, before you like to say anything, would you like to? Well, I mean, we already said everything in the beginning, but is there anything you'd like to say? Anything y'all like to drop? Anything y'all like to give a shout out, give a mention? Any future projects coming on? Anything?
I really appreciate you having us on your podcast.
Like I said, man,
it was a hell of a time. Really fun.
Almost 2 hours, man. Like I told y'all, man.
Yeah.
I've been trying to. I was trying to get y'all on with the other one, but I definitely had to get y'all on.
Yeah, for sure. No,
Yeah.
I'm glad.
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everybody's gonna come back more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. As much as I can get this shit keep going, y'all can come back as many times as y'all want.
Hey, you're doing a great job, though.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I feel like
you're doing better than most people that want to do this. You've already started, so. And
well,
you got some pretty cool guests. We're all right or whatever.
Oh, man, all my guests are top notch. All my guests are top fly. All my guests are breaking barriers, setting goals, and making milestones and taking over Houston.
That's what we're doing happen.
Here. There you go. Making shit happen. Making Houston pop. That's what we're trying to do. Well, like on my old podcast, my initial name for the podcast was actually going to be called Don't Sleep on Houston. But then I was like, no, that's too long. I went through a whole set of names. And then I got with this one, but then now, I don't know, there's a little bit of issue going on, but that's something else. But, yeah. But, y'all, like I said, anything else?
No, I mean, you can just, if you guys want to follow us and get in touch with us. And, like, my personal Instagram is Angie Trap Queen. And then for the food truck, if you're in Houston, Trap Sauce Mix is our Instagram and our Facebook, Snapchat. And then if you just want to follow like our line of products, like just the michelada mix, it's Trap Sauce Micheladas.
Yeah.
And then for your meats,
mine's
Kelso Meats. Kelso Meats in your mouth.com.
If y'all need beef jerky, just hit us up on Trap Sauce Mix. My social, Kelso the Plug.
How do you spell it for people who don't know? Even though y'all see it on the Instagram, but for people who are listening, this is
Kelso, like the 70s shows, and then and then Plug, but with 4 G's.
There you go. Because not only is he a G, not only is he a double G, not only is he a triple G, but he's a quadruple G. That's what you call it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it was a much anticipated episode. All my episodes are anticipated because I've been trying to get all of y'all on for the longest. Again, like I said, it was a blast having y'all on.
It was a blast being here.
It was a conversation went a lot. Like I said, that's how my conversations go. Like a normal stoner conversations, ADD conversation. They just go different places. Yeah. But as I said, I appreciate everybody who comes on. Thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. Like and share and subscribe. This is Kid Houston Podcast. Oh, what are you going to say?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. He said, oh. You said, oh. But, again, like always, stay breezy, stay blessed, and stay black. We out.